What do you find when you take time for yourself? Time away from the constant doing for your own mental health. What starts to develop when you start to envelop yourself in boredom? This is a very interesting question, and I want to talk about it because for years, I never embraced boredom. For years, boredom to me was like an anomaly. But if you can imagine, not that long ago, where boredom might have been much more prevalent. Much more prevalent. Maybe you can imagine people sitting around a fireplace with a book in their hand and snow falling outside, right? Maybe you can imagine somebody in a tropical area next to a beach with no cell phone, no CDs, no music, no stimulus. Maybe you can imagine someone walking in a park or walking in a forest with nothing but their mind to keep them busy at the time. Nothing but the sounds of nature, nothing but the sounds of the birds, the bees, the wind whistling through the trees. And throughout this boredom, right? Throughout this intermittent isolation, this unfocused concentration, this participation with the universe and all that is, you expand your imagination. You break through the barriers of all limitation. When you are not constantly looking for the saturation and the bombardment of information. It is a wonderful way to grow ideas, to become inspired, to be filled in spirit, right? Allowing yourself to hear it. For to be in spirit is to be inspired. That inspiration can come from isolation, can come from less frustration, can come from more elation, that can come from boredom. When you are able to be bored, you find that life offers so much more. There's no end to what you have in store. There's no end to what you can explore when you are not afraid to be bored. And this revelation had me floored. I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, here we go, right? Encouraging even more flow. And becoming less strict so that we don't feel that life has to constrict, to have a stranglehold, to have that constant control. But this kind of boredom favors the brave and the bold. Because it's not the type of things that we are told, not even the type of things that we are sold. We are sold the opposite, aren't we? We are sold that when times get tough, when times get rough, you are not enough. And instead of just trusting, we find ourselves adjusting. Adjusting to constant stimulation and information through our cellular devices. And instead of bringing us in harmony, it is sometimes divisive. It splits the mind. It splits the psyche. It splits our emotions. But boredom can be its own alchemical potion, a remedy, even a tonic for when times and life gets chronic, right? When we find ourselves hooked on phonics, when we find ourselves wrapped in attention. Do I even need to mention how boredom can be one of the greatest inventions? But this sort of sensation and this creation is born through a period of isolation, a period of stepping back where you actually start to attract more of the ideas and creative energy that you thought you lacked. So cut yourself a little slack. Allow yourself to be bored until the energy comes back. Allow yourself to be bored when things get out of whack. And when all the things in your life don't add up, start to subtract. When you let more go, you let in more flow. When you discontinue, you bring more light within you. Much love, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw. Embrace boredom today. Intermittent boredom, right? Take time, take periods of your life to be intentionally bored. And you'll realize there's always more.